So, excuse me, on the bottom of the deck here, we have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is typically a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, although he doesn't have to be. He's very, very stable energy. The most stable in the deck with the exception of the Emperor and the Empress. And I could argue the Queen of Pentacles as well. But you get the idea, these solid earth signs, right? You'll note that his feet are solidly planted on the ground. He is looking at the pentacle. He's thinking about things. We have these grapes up here that symbolize fertility. This is really about getting yourself stable in your material life. Right? Stable in your material life. Yes, we're spirit, but we also have to take care of our business as well. And the king indicates mastery of the day-to-day grind, the earth things. The King of Pentacles can also indicate, if you're a married female, that could be perhaps your husband. That could be a supervisor or manager at work. It could be you, possibly you're the manager or supervisor at work. And don't be too hung up on king versus queen in that, because some days they embody more of a masculine energy and some days more of a feminine. It just really kind of depends on the person. Now, we have here the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, which indicates a slowing of something that was coming to harvest. So if you were, in fact, waiting on something, there's kind of a delay. It doesn't mean that it won't happen, but it's just something of a delay, right? Why the delay? It could be because there's been a lot of fighting going on with your situation. But the good news is that the fighting is coming to an end. Now, we have the Tower card here as well. And the Tower card being in the reverse like that, it still means that things are kind of coming to an end, coming to a conclusion, things that were built on ego and that might not be for your highest good, although this is less dramatic in the reverse position. So it does kind of indicate you coming out of that energy, that it hasn't been that earth-shaking, but it really does mean there's been some serious change, whether it's a change in your work, change in your home, change in your relationship, possible relationship ending, whatever that may be for you. So, this bickering, this delay in getting what you want, that could be factoring in to what's been going on for you. Let's look at the other cards and see if we can't get some more information here. We see the star card in reverse. And in the upright, the star is the Aquarius, right? We see this classic water bearer. And she's associated with that. The Aquarius here. This has to do with following your star, things that are divinely ordained, things coming in for you when you wish upon a star. This is about that sense of manifestation, but also following your destiny. With it in the reverse, there's a sense of not doing that. Sometimes this could be exactly how we manifest the Tower energy to begin, is that we put our own desires, our mental energies, and the things, we want the wrong things for us. Example, if you're not in a relationship, you might be thinking to yourself, I want to go out with that person. I want to marry that person. Well, no, it's best to put the energy out there for, asking for the best person for you to come into your life, right? Same thing with a job or a career change of any kind. You want to manifest the best fit for you, not that specific job, because you don't even know that you would be happy when you got there. So sometimes what we do is we're kind of caught up in our head and, or some kind of an ego trip, and we wind up putting the wrong energy out, and that's how we kind of manifest these things that aren't for our best. Or, to be fair, sometimes the Tower's more about, you go into a situation in good faith and other people are engaged in treachery, trickery, and other kinds of nonsense. But we do have to look at our own role in joining situations, organizations, relationships, business partnerships, or anything like that that's not in our highest good. And sometimes impatience can deliver us to that. But following your star out of there, right? Now, there is something positive that's coming in, which is good, right? There's something else coming into the situation. There's something being offered, a communication of something solid that you will love, right? This is the cups, and cups is possibly Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. For some of you, this could be a child. This could be anything like that that's coming in. Then again, this is about something solid. So if this reading seems to be about your work life right now, it could be that you're getting a new job offer that's going to take you away from this kind of negative energy here, right? Maybe there's squabbling going on at your workplace and you get a new job offer coming in. If you're expecting, it could be that there's a delay. You're still waiting for the birth, and here comes the birth. So there's a lot of really positive interpretations for that. But the good news is it does seem to be that you're coming into new, maybe a new sense of openness, right? We see here the Four of Pentacles. It is in the reverse for this reading in particular. This is about a letting go of something that you've been kind of stubbornly holding on to. So there's a sense of a release in here. And that may be the release that we need to see your harvest come due, right? This is about stubbornly holding on to something that may not be for your highest good, because you have a picture in your mind of what it is that you want, even though the evidence is telling you that it's just going to be trouble. In order to come out of that energy, you're going to need to let go, right? Let go. Whether it's letting go emotionally, letting go of something physically, letting go of a desired or expected outcome that you've been trying to manifest, and sort of letting that play out, right? Letting that kind of play out. And again, this has to do with if you've been in your head in an ego trip, you have something positive coming on, or just you're in a toxic or negative environment generally, right? This is about something really beautiful is coming in for you. Some fresh start, fresh new start. She does have a fish in the cup. That tells us that she's bringing us a solid offer. It's not just a joke. She's also in the upright position. So by letting go of whatever this was to face your new opportunity over here. Again, it could be a business opportunity, could be a new start in a romance. I'm not really seeing a lot of romantic cards right now for you. Maybe some of you have other things on your mind, or maybe you're already in relationships or you're single and okay with that. And that may just be beyond the scope of this reading. It is a general reading, of course, so, everything won't apply for everyone. Now, another card we see here is the Eight of Wands. It is in the reverse for you. In the upright position, it has to do with a lot of communication, coming in fast. Wands is fire, so it's about passion put into action. Lots of communication, lots of forward action, fast moving, or fast movement. In the reverse, it's the opposite of that. There can be a delaying for things coming in. But we also see this Nine of Wands here, which is that kind of guarded, wounded warrior energy. This forward motion is slowed because you're coming out of this guardedness, but there still is some hurt and guarded feeling going on in the Nine of Wands. These two cards together are very much, here he's holding on to everything he's got, right? I mean, he's got feet on it. It's in his jock. I mean, who's reaching in there? He's got it tight in his grip, what have you. His door is closed, tight, and locked. He's not letting anything through. And here we see this wall of wands behind this individual who is battle weary. So now coming out of this energy here still leaves you a little cautious. And that could be why we're seeing this delay that's going to be happening. Could just be it's coming in a little bit slow. But that, that sort of makes sense a little. Cups can go either way. I mean, granted, this is a wave coming through. So it does seem to be fast, overwhelming if anything, right? But you're coming out of this negativity, this arguing, bickering, petty squabbles type energy. And here you're finding you're being made a solid offer that's going to take you away of that, but there may be a slow process. So again, think if you're leaving a bickering work site and you do have a solid job offer, there still may be delays to fast movement into your new job, into your new career or position. There still may be delays in getting into your student program or getting into whatever that is for you, right? So just to note. Now, this here, the Empress, she's about fertility. She's the fertility goddess here. Can be either a Virgo or a Libra. Could be yourself as a person who is very grounded, very solid. She is like the King of Pentacles. She's a very grounded energy. She gets things done. She's intuitive and logical, right? She's nurturing and she knows when to wag a finger, right? And say no to her kids or to the people placing demands on her time. She can balance her different energies. She's the woman that can work, that can stay home, that can do whatever. She's good at manifesting that. But please note too, that we have the star here in reverse. Look at the crown of stars on this woman's head here. So underneath, there could be that, this card here, it represents kind of, like under the surface or I want to say things that possibly are unconscious or hidden out of sight that may be, having a bearing on the situation. So how this exactly manifests into this reading is going to depend on each of you. I'll say that. In fact, let me get a little bit more information about her role in that. She's, I'm not really sure here. Like, because we go from this energy here of this tower and coming out of that destruction of something that you have built or worked hard for, like a job. You coming into this area of fertility, possibly because of this. Again, some of you may be giving birth to a child. Some of you may be just beginning something that is new for you, but there still is a sense of being guarded in all of that. So let's see if we can pull some supporting cards. And for my supporting cards today, I am working with the Halloween Tarot deck, my favorite deck. I typically only bring it out in the fall, just because, I don't know, just because. I'm one of those people, though, that doesn't like to look at a calendar page that's spring flowers and things in the dead of winter. Like, I want to see white snow on evergreen trees and fall leaves in the fall and, that sort of thing. I don't know why exactly, but I'm also one of those people that's got to change her wallpaper screensaver often because, I don't know. I want to see a fresh, clean, pretty picture. Okay. So, with this Empress card, we have the King of Imps, and the King of Imps is a fire sign, right? Now, he's sitting down, but he is a person of action. He gets it done. He's passionate, can possibly be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person, and this is playing a role in here with that. I do want to pull another card too. Particularly, I want to bring the Empress and the Star in the reverse together and see if we can't pull a card that relates the two of those. I kind of feel like some of you may be clouding your judgment and not, you want to get out of a potentially toxic situation someplace, like at work, but yet you may be putting your ego again before your best interests, like before your highest purpose. But how that plays in with this Empress, I'm not really sure, and I do want to give them a chance here. So, Empress and Star reversed. What's the bridge piece between the two of those cards there? How can we link those up and see? Because they seem at counter purposes. 5 of Pumpkins. So we have a sense of disappointment here, being left out in the cold. But one thing that sometimes people miss with this card, when I've seen other readers, is that it's not only that they're looking at the candy over here, they're missing out on the beautiful display over here, right? We need to turn our attention from the disappointment that we feel to the beauty that can occur, right? Sometimes there's the practical part of something that can be overwhelming, or what have you. We really do need to focus on that. Making sure that we're lining up with our authentic self, spending more time in our Empress energy so that we can turn the Star card right side up. That we can be living in our manifestation. We're going to feel our feelings, and we definitely need to feel our feelings when we feel them. We sure do. Now, how you behave about your feelings is a whole different story, right? However, we need to be willing to move on from things that are not helping us any longer, to be able to move forward. And it really, really does look like with these cards here that you are going to be moving forward. But be careful that as you're doing this, and this is going to be slow energy with that reversed, be very careful that you are not living in your disappointment. You know, if you need to express your disappointment in some way, but then when you're done expressing that, try to release that energy so that you can see the stained glass window that you're walking by, see the fact that your friend is holding onto your hand tightly and walking you through your difficult situation, but also that the cat here has a very concerned look in his eyes too. You do have friends and support and guidance in that. So please note that, right? Don't get too lost up on or caught up in the loss, that you don't see that you have real offers and you have real friends. And frankly, you also have all the capability and skill that you need to be able to get through whatever it is that you're getting through. And then you'll be able to walk out of this self-protection energy and release some of your guarded nature to be able to let in your joy. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do a Healing with the Angels Oracle card. That's the box for that. And see if angels perhaps have any guidance for you today. So, if we could please get some advice for Scorpio. Ideas and inspiration. Ooh, this is going to help link you up with your star. But I am going to read it from the book. Because the star ultimately is about divine guidance. Let's not forget that. It really is about following your star, right? Okay, so now the book says here, pay attention to new thoughts and ideas that come to you. They are the seeds of magnificent co-creations with God. God speaks to you through your thoughts, and this card shows that the angels want you to notice and follow the ideas you have recently received. These thoughts are answers to your prayers for guidance. These thoughts are answers to your prayers for guidance, so please don't discount them as mere imagination. By drawing this card, the angels seek to give you confidence that you are just as capable of receiving wonderful ideas as any other child of God. That is because all wonderful ideas originate from the one divine mind of God. Since God is omnipresent, meaning everywhere, God is within you. So, God's mind continuously expresses new thoughts and ideas right inside your mind. Now, you Scorpios are so intuitive and you're very in touch with your psychic abilities. That's really what it is. It's about going within and taking the time to give yourself some space to be able to connect with that inner wisdom, that God within you. So with that, you'll notice this little cherub here is leaning in her ear. But with that in mind, I thank you so much for joining me. I know you guys have birthdays coming up later on in this month. I'll be doing more readings